Wow, this music is not what one would expect for such a happy line and happy face.
Yay, what a happy scene this
Why
is.
don't we all have lunch, Ben?
Oh boy, I just had lunch.
Did we? What
Yeah.
did you have for lunch, Ben?
Well, I was at your house, so you should know. I had like a bunch of green looking leafy things and some tomato and a steak that I heated up out of your fridge.
I'm just
and
picturing
hummus.
I'm just picturing my red head looking down on you preparing a sandwich with a magnifying glass.
Yes.
And sniffing it and going, is this foreshadowing?
It might be. It might be. Lunch, look out for lunch in this chapter.
Do you think that the wonderful people joining us here tonight,
or today,
picture me as my avatar?
I hope so. And I hope that they picture me like a cute girl with purple hair and Beatrice's dress.
You don't use that as your avatar anymore.
I do! Sometimes. Depends on the situation. What do you mean? When do I not use that as my avatar?
Twitter, YouTube.
Don't I use that on... Well, no, I use like the pairing of the two of us. Because we're the cutest couple that ever existed.
Oh, maybe. I don't look at your internet
You
profiles
clearly
very
don't.
often.
The only one that I think doesn't have that is my Google avatar, and that's Keiichi with a baseball bat.
Mm-hmm.
Looking all bloody and stuff. Because
I see.
He just did a murder.
Oh, is that what that picture is?
Yeah!
I never knew.
That's what that is. There you go. Now you know.
It's just very interesting to me, like, that, you know, people have, like, a variety of identities that they give themselves over the internet. People, like, will play these characters or post, like, other characters as their profile picture. Whereas I've had that red-faced avatar for, like, nearly, you know, 7 years now.
Yeah, for sure. You've never taken on another identity. You've always just been Jacrono, the red-faced monster with a mustache.
Yeah, you know, I'm the heartless monster because that face is my heart extracted.
I see. You wear your heart on your face.
Exactly. Just
You're like Keiichi. Yeah. We're back, baby. It's gonna be a good recording session. Here we go.
Okay, why don't we all have lunch?
Meep.
This music's really throwing me off and I love it.
It's great. It's been a while since it's been on five of us. This really is how it has to be.
Here. Come on, you two, Kei-chan. Bring your desk over.
Satoko brought her own desk over as well, grinning broadly.
Yay!
Even knowing nothing had been resolved, this exchange was pleasant and made me remember how fun it used to be.
How fun.
How fun it used to be before, like, 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I also would like to shout out, before I forget about it, because I inevitably will, the first episode of Higurashi just came out.
Yeah, it was great.
And there's this moment where we said that all girls are vegetarians, and people seem to think that there's a cut in there.
I mean, there is a cut, isn't
before
there?
Ben starts laughing. There's no cut.
Oh god.
Ben and I just looked at each other, went, "Oh god, that's a terrible joke," and then carried on laughing.
And then just burst out laughing. It was great.
It's terrible.
We're just terrible people.
We are.
I had Rika making a bento for me forever.
Oh, I don't mind. I have fun making your bento.
Rika-chan's such a good girl. Having such a good friend must be so reassuring.
Yeah. I put in the big steak.
Can you read that with, like, a bro voice? But still Rika?
But still Rika?
Yes.
It's like the opposite.
Exactly. That's the challenge.
Why would you do this to me? I put in the big steak. That's it.
I put in the big steak.
I put in the big steak, you guys. Now we're just going to anime boy voice.
Exactly.
And Satoko puts in the bird stuff.
Okay, you can go back to normal.
So if it was just Satoko, it would be so sad. So very sad. Nipa.
I just imagine, like, Rika just pulling out, like, a pre-cooked, nicely grilled steak and just slapping it down into a bento box.
I put in the big steak, slam. The big steak, the biggest steak around. That's the one I got for you today.
She's one of the market vendors at the festival, as well.
Oh yeah, of course, with the big steak.
Just with big steak.
Yeah, the big steak vendor.
And they're not like they're not just like large steak. They're like comically big.
Oh
steak.
yeah, of course. It feeds a family. That's their slogan. It'll feed your family.
It feeds a family of fucking Tyrannosaurus Rexes is what it feeds.
Yeah. A little like kawaii looking T-Rex on the little flag. Oh my god. It's so cute.
Taking this too far.
No, never.
I take it back. I do as well.
Well, she's Rika-chan after all.
I take nothing back, ever. That's my secret. Hey, come on, look. I got omelet rice today. Mushrooms and stuff are delicious, delicious. How?
I say it every time, but your craftsmanship is splendid. You could become a wife whenever and have no problem.
Rena. I love her so much.
It's terrible.
No, it's perfect. A wife. Eden, a wife.
Is that
What?
is that one thought?
I don't know.
Can we redact that?
No.
I'd like to
Never.
I'd like to have that struck from the court records.
Nope. How?
Using the word wife is totally forbidden around Rena. Please don't say it ever again.
I refuse.
I'll think about what I've done. A little. By the way, what's in your lunch, Mian? It looks different again today. We're all waiting in anticipation.
It's a rich assortment of side dishes left over from what my uncle brought last night. The stew looks really great, huh? The color of the radishes too, really good, right?
Wow, it looks delicious.
Stew tastes best when it's left overnight. This looks like it'd be really good, and so there'll be none left for Satoko. I'll eat it all and tell you what I think, so just be quiet and watch. What was that? Hand over my portion too.
There it is.
I'm glad we had the sound effects for that.
I wouldn't have known what
I'll
those were
use
otherwise.
my knees too.
Yay!
Ugh.
Ew!
At close range like this, my advantage is unwavering. Keiichi-san, the daikon in your portion tastes really good. Damn, it's coming right for me from the start and using a combo attack. How humiliating. This little exchange, how long had it been? Looks like they'd ended.
It's literally been years since I'd seen her. She changed so much.
Keiichi's just like drawn the next year on his calendar over the top of the previous 2 days.
Yep, for sure.
All through 1984 and 5, I suffered. Even though those years were only a day long.
Yeah. It's like a Doctor Who episode. It actually is. There's actually an episode like that. Anyway, continuing on.
I'm glad.
Looks like they'd ended up going with the wait-and-see approach, but maybe her uncle had realized he'd gone a little too far and would dial it back now.
No.
If her treatment improved a little, would that be a good thing?
Maybe.
If her treatment improved a little, would that be a good thing? I'd like to think about the phrasing, the wording. Improved, good, doesn't sound equivalent to me.
No, I think that those two sentences are completely dissociated. Get them out of here.
Satoko was grinning wider than I'd ever seen as she chomped down on her mouthful of the daikon she'd plundered from me. Did it really taste that good?
I do like, though, that we're still getting Keiichi drawing problems from things.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's obviously been his character from the start that, like, he just cannot let an issue go.
Yeah.
But even here, where it's like, oh, I've kind of gotten what I wanted.
But is it really the what I wanted?
Yeah, I mean, he's not saying, like, is it good? It's like, is that it? Is this where we end this conflict?
Yeah.
Right? That's what he's thinking.
There
Or
we
do
go.
we escalate it to the next logical conclusion?
Did you say murder Tepe?
What? No, I would never. I said a logical conclusion for Keiichi. His logical solution to a problem.
Satoko was somewhat cute like that. And just as I'd done many times, I grabbed her head and started petting it.
Cute.
Catch.
Catch!
Smack. Flip-flop. Clatter-clatter.
So are you doing the sound effects now?
No, I'm just condescendingly reading them to express my disapproval for the fact that there's no sound effects.
Oh, I see. Okay, I'll do the next one. Satoko-chan!
It was so sudden that for a moment I didn't know what had happened.
Oh no!
The back of my hand was stinging. I went to pet Satoko's head, and then she hit my hand.
See, I thought there was going to be a time jump there. But something bad's happened.
What's wrong, Satoko?
Satoko was scratching at her head as though a pimple or something had appeared on it and become itchy. It was so sudden and so unprovoked that I didn't understand what had happened. What's wrong, Satoko? At some point her body had been covered in a thin layer of sweat and her breathing had turned ragged. When I pet her head, she didn't like it. Was that what it meant? Hey, do you dislike being petted? Once again, slowly I held out the palm of my hand and brought it close to Satoko's head. The instant the palm of my hand touched her head, there was a shock like static electricity and Satoko began to howl.
Sound effects. Thank you.
Thud! Slam!
She grabbed my arm in both hands and, as if flinging off a snake trying to cling to her, as if trying to throw away something dirty, she threw it violently. It happened too suddenly for me to react. It's because Sadako's been in the forest laying traps and had a run-in with a snake. That's obviously what this metaphor is about.
That makes sense. Yeah,
that's what this allegory is.
Snakes. We're really anti-snakes.
Really,
I don't think we usually like snakes very much.
No,
especially in Echo when they come back to fight the seagulls in the great Snake Seagull War.
I think that Ryukashi's detour to Australia in the middle of writing Higurashi really affected him badly.
Watch out for the drop bears.
Come on, Ben. We all know that drop bears only live in forests.
Only in like Tasmania.
Exactly.
That's where all the crazy shit is. Really, you think it's bad in regular Australia? How about Tasmania? It's like a whole different country.
It happens too suddenly for me to react. I hit the desk behind me, and both it and I fell to the floor.
Oh no.
The classroom fell deathly silent.
Oh no.
As Satoko bellowed, it sounded like she was in the throes of death, and she unsteadily backed away. Welcome to ASMR.
Why is this happening?
I don't know.
Okay, keep going.
I just wanted to be quiet because I felt like it was appropriate.
Okay, that's fair. It's a very tense scene.
I know. Yeah. I really hope that this is carrying the tension.
I feel like there's a big weight on my shoulders. You know, like an elephant.
You feel like there's an elephant on your shoulder?
Yes, I do. Don't look behind me.
I won't look behind you, Ben.
Don't
I promise.
Look behind me. Don't see the elephant. Don't be scared.
How do I make that sound, Ben?
I don't know.
There we go. I tried my best.
Nice bit.
Then she threw up the food she just ate.
Oh, that's not good.
She vomited it all back up.
Oh, that's
that sound effect.
Splish splat.
Thank you, Ben.
Put it on your back.
The sound of Sadako's vomit hitting the floor rang through the classroom.
Are you okay, Satoko? You seem sick. I reached out a hand and she swatted it away with all her might, with such extreme strength that I fell onto the floor again. Satoko would put both hands on her head as though protecting had grown some more, took a few steps back, and then she began swinging both hands around. Students in nearby seats were forced to evacuate. She grabbed anything within reach, bento boxes, chairs, threw them, tossed them, and flung them about.
Wait, stop it, Satoko. What's wrong with you?
We're gonna teach her.
She screamed out.
Oh, come on.
As if Mion's words had caused her physical pain. No one spoke a word to her. All the students were withdrawing behind us, leaving Satoko alone in the corner of the classroom. Around her, there, desks and chairs all over the floor. Bento lay scattered. It was terrible.
Either meant to write where, or there were,
or there, E-I-R.
There, E-I-R, yeah. There's all sorts of options you can go with.
But that is definitely not the one. It was terrible.
It was
They're
terrible.
Not wrong.
It was terrible.
All I could hear was Sadako's ragged breaths and the voices of the cicadas.
Oh, dear.
I'm sorry.
The strings of tension loosened around Satoko, and maybe she suddenly grew scared of her own actions because she started trembling and gave a word of apology. But nobody knew just who that apology was directed towards. So for now, I decided to answer as everyone's representative. No, it's fine. Are you all right?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Our words didn't match each other at all. Satoko hugged her shoulders, and back she went. She ran into the locker with the cleaning supplies in it. Even that made her give a little yelp. The impact caused the bucket atop the locker to fall, making a loud sound, and that scared Satoko most of all. She almost jumped out of her skin, grabbing a bunch of the curtain in her hands. Nobody spoke to her. They could only look, not even remembering to blink.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Satoko, what on earth? I stood up, took a step away from everyone, and approached Satoko. What happened?
I said, I don't know. You're wrong. Please, stop, please forgive me.
Just calm down. Satoko, do you know who I am?
No more. I hate this.
Every time I took a step forward, she grasped the curtains more tightly and cried out, Satoko, it's me. It's Keiichi. Didn't you recognize me? I'd never, ever hurt you.
No.
Come on, calm down. It's alright. I'm your friend.
Help me. I don't want to be scared. It feels bad. No, I don't. Suddenly, my shoulders were grabbed and I was dragged backwards. It was Rena.
Sorry, Keiichi-kun. Get a little farther back.
After pulling me back, she ran towards Satoko in my place.
It's okay, Satoko-chan. There's nothing to be scared of. Please, don't worry.
No more is that. Nini, help me. Nini, help me. She gripped the curtains and kept calling for Nini. She continued to wail about being forgiven for something and to be saved from something. What is this? Mia gnashed her teeth and groaned, and there were tears falling from her firmly closed eyes. What the hell? What is this? Didn't this all come to an end yesterday? Weren't we supposed to go back to our old lives? Mion!
Ugh. Crash. There was a crazy sound.
Did it sound like a crash?
Rena had taken the cleaning supply locker and kicked it down to the ground.
My lord.
Everyone stood up, surprised at Rena's unexpected act of brutality. After that, Rena embraced the bawling Satoko from behind and started crying with her stifled. Rena, what's wrong?
Sorry, Keiichi-kun. Be quiet for a minute.
What is it now? What happened? What did Satoko tell you? What did you hear?
Shut the hell up!
Now, I blinked, and I'm not sure if those are the eyes. Those are the eyes, right?
Those
are the eyes.
Those are the eyes.
It's not as, like, clear of an effect as I remember it being.
Well, she's got those weird angled eyebrows going on, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, I don't know. I told you to shut your mouth, asshole.
Whoa!
Whoa, she's going a little bit angry.
Rena's raw, hostile emotion hit me like a brick. It was no more than a momentary howl of emotion for Rena, but was more than that for me. She'd shown me what was behind all that emotion, what was in her heart.
Oh, Satoko-chan.
No.
Forgive us. We couldn't do anything for you. Forgive us. Nini. I'm sorry.
Forgive us for being unable to do anything. Rena's words made me feel as though the blood vessels in the back of my head were suddenly all turning to ash. My vision grew distant, blurred with gray, and the world lost its color.
Literally.
I thought we could save Satoko. But though I knew it'd be the sooner the better, I thought that there was no time limit for doing that. I never even dreamed that we could be too late. I'd been making a huge mistake. I thought Satoko could be hurt, but never that she'd break. It was such a huge mistake. People, they break. Thinking that they don't is absolutely absurd. We needed to save Satoko. We needed to save her before she broke. That fatal lapse in awareness had brought this on. Whose fault was it? That went without saying. Mine. No, ours. We all took on the duty of saving Satoko, but we were negligent to the point of laziness. In that sense, this was the inevitable result. Even if this didn't happen today, and it happened tomorrow or the next day or next week, we would have just sat around doing nothing until that day, so this was the obvious result. I slumped down on my knees, just as Mion and Rika-chan had done, and I too closed my eyes tight and couldn't stop myself from sobbing.
What is all the noise about? What's happened?
The teacher came and her face screwed up at the terrible spectacle before her. The instant she realized the teacher was here, Satoko went through another complete change. She wiped her face with the curtains and, like nothing happened, smiled.
Hojo-san, what on earth is going on here?
I just got into a little squabble with Rena-san is all. We went a little crazy over our lunch, right? Rena didn't nod in reply, but then, since Satoko wished it, she nodded without strength. The rest of the class couldn't keep up with her extreme changes. We all just stared in a daze. It was just a little horseplay. I scared everyone out of their wits. Satoko would probably sweep the whole thing under the rug. For what? Her heart is torn to pieces, so what else? You wanted your Nini to help, didn't you? But unfortunately for you, Satoshi doesn't ever intend on coming back. It's never that easy. He won't just conveniently show up and save you. so you don't have to wait for him anymore. You can cry, beg for help, and you can run away.
I'm sorry. I was about to read that line in the voice, but then I immediately thought of the Jimmy Barnes meme. This is why I just could never be trusted with any such thing.
It's true. Oh God.
We can't do anything.
Leon suddenly said.
Yeah.
She spoke then those few words that had tormented me countless times. Those words were a spell, and when I heard them, my whole body suddenly regained its calm. My emotions all slipped away like they'd never been there, like a wave departing.
Oh.
And then the world's color flipped inside out.
That's not good. Oh, it's this song! Holy shit! I've been told. Shout out to Epica. She's been waiting for this scene, apparently.
This feels like a B-side from Hotline Miami or something.
Yes, it does! I thought this was gonna happen during a club scene. I guess, a club game. I guess it's happening now.
My field of view expanded.
It's happening!
My head grew remarkably cold and I felt my mind's volume had grown even wider than the classroom we were in.
Holy shit, what is this
Big
track?
brain Keiichi.
I love this. Oh no.
At the time, my soul was doubtlessly no longer in the small, petty vessel of my head, but floating in the air a little bit above it.
What is this?
There's a mysterious feeling of release.
Rewrite?
I broke free. No VN references here, Ben. I don't get them.
I just had to make one.
I broke free of the cramped confines of my skull and stretched out my roots in all directions as far as I
Oh
wanted
my god,
to.
this is rewrite. Kotaro, get out of here.
No VN references, Ben. They're banned.
No!
They're banned.
I will unban them, sir.
I will edit them out.
No, how dare you?
It was a strange feeling and one I'd never felt ever before. An odd sense of exhilaration. My sharpened senses caused me to transcend. My mind was sharper than a knife's edge, and I immediately decided what spending the God,
is he gonna turn into a tree? Is that what's happening?
Stop it! That spending the time to let myself be crushed with grief would be an absolute waste. I erased all the garbage information from my brain.
God.
I expelled the pointless emotions, presenting obstacles to action.
Oh no!
Meon, you curse it all you want. Curse our powerlessness as much as you want.
Huh?
If I could have taken back what had happened by crying about it, I'd have cried all day.
What is happening?
I swear he did.
Yeah.
But the fact was, this was how things had turned
You
out.
tried that, didn't work.
I couldn't take back what had happened. The top priority then would be to prevent the situation from worsening further and to sever the chains of misfortune.
How are you gonna do that?
Until today, I'd been looking at things so narrow-mindedly I could scarce believe it. To save Satoko, the only thing to do was to save Satoko. That's the only thing I thought about.
Oh boy.
I didn't allow myself to realize the most basic, direct, and certain way of removing the source of Satoko's unhappiness.
What?
No, actually, I realized it yesterday. But as for the means, I'd relied on some stupid curse from some deity. I never considered carrying the task out myself. Yes!
Yeah! Here we go! Murder hype!
Murder hype!
Wow! Woo!
I would obliterate Satoko's uncle.
Yeah!
There were plenty of ways to do it. This was a task that held infinite methods. Ironically, the method of saving Satoko required mostly money, but the method of killing that man pretty much took no money at all. I could kill him with the least amount of investment, the least amount of money suited him. It was only the weight of his life. I kept eliminating needless, worthless information from my head, replenishing it with only the knowledge I needed to achieve my goal. I used every cell in my brain to think about how I'd kill him. The way I killed him didn't matter. I would allow any method from whatever time and whatever country as long as it ended in a quick and certain death. If I were to have an additional condition, it would be to not get caught. Removing him was an act designed to return peaceful times we had with Satoko. If I was arrested in exchange for the removal, then we might as well have killed each other. With only him gone, we'd go back to our normal lives. That was my supreme objective.
My supreme objective?
My ultimate goal.
Oh my god. This is amazing.
This is
this was not the anime.
Oh.
This monologue is perfect.
The anime doesn't.
Missing out for sure. I knew that I had to take out my goal in the most efficient way possible. Ugh.
This is everything I'd hoped for in this
We're
chapter.
gonna get a training montage? I hope so.
Oh, we better.
I don't know if there's a training montage. I hope there is.
It's just a hard rock version of this song the whole
yes!
time.
That's exactly what I want.
Kill him, definitely.
Oh
But
shit.
definitely don't leave evidence either.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like a corpse. Don't
Yeah.
leave one of those.
No,
That's,
we don't leave corpses.
that gets you caught.
Two alternatives at odds with one another. They contradict. The condition of not leaving a trace back to me automatically narrowed the number of murder methods. No witnesses was an absolute must. Fortunately, given the right time in Hinamizawa, there would be nobody around. You mean like the night of the festival?
What? What are you talking about?
I don't know. What am I talking
When
about?
do murders normally take place?
I mentally reconstructed the land around Satoko's house. The number of pedestrians, different at different times. The movement algorithm of the neighbors. Would I lure him out or charge at him? What would my weapon be? When and where would I carry this out? Where? It needed to be somewhere I wouldn't leave a trace. When? It needed to be as soon as possible for Satoko's safety, without wasting even a millisecond. This is absurd, completely absurd. When I thought about it this way, it struck me how easy the act of killing was. If I could leave evidence. If I was just going to kill him, anyone could easily turn into a murderer. But our reason prevented that. It told us doing so would get us arrested for sure. In the end, being arrested by the police was the final thing preventing people from committing homicide.
It's true.
Absurd.
The only thing stopping someone from committing murder.
I think that's
The threat of
accurate.
arrest, right? That's why we have laws in the first place, right?
Yeah, no, that sounds about right.
Sounds good.
If you went all the way out into the very middle of the ocean, you wouldn't leave any trace at all. Anyone would drop those they headed into the depths if they knew that. It was all too easy to simply remove him. I could leave class right now, grab a metal baseball bat or something from the schoolyard, go to his house and attack him.
Just to pick a random weapon out of the hat, yeah.
Yeah.
Estimated time would be 25 minutes. If I wanted us to kill each other, it wouldn't even be minutes. I could do it in 1500 seconds. I knew just how much his continued existence depended on me. He was nothing. I could expel him from this world within just 1500 seconds after making up my mind.
I control this world.
From when I decided what to do, he only had 1500 seconds. Actually, if I ran full speed to his house, that number would go down even further. But he was alive. He was still part of this world at this very moment, having torn Satoko's body and mind to shreds.
He's gone full light Yagami. This is great.
Why? Because I was letting him live. I was permitting him to live so he was alive. If I rescinded that permission, he would be evacuating this mortal coil within 1500 seconds. You think I'd let you live to breathe even 1500 seconds more of air? I'm taking that permission back, right here, right now. You'd better thank me for letting you live until today. However, I actually needed more than 1500 seconds. I'm not just gonna end you. Getting back our old lives is far more important. It's only you I'll be cleanly cutting out of this world. They won't find a culprit. I'll forget that I dirtied my hands on the likes of you as naturally as I brush my teeth before bed.
Keishi's mother just walks into his monologue like, no, Keiichi. You never brush your teeth.
You never do that. I keep telling you. I keep telling you to go to a murder. You never do.
So to do that, I'll make a special exemption for you and give you more than 1500 seconds.
Oh my god.
I'll give you special permission to keep on living as you have until I can construct the perfect plan for your murder.
He is tripping.
Wait, Keiichi, you can't let that time go to waste. Yeah, I know. I'll kill him quickly. I'll remove him with certainty. I won't misuse any time to think of a plan. Think back. Tomorrow is Watanagashi, isn't it? Last year on the night of Watanagashi, her aunt died. Her head was busted open by some deviant and her brains were splattered everywhere. That's it. He's someone who deserves to be given the death on the night of Watanagashi. Hey, Ayashiro-sama. You call yourself a guardian, but you didn't protect Satoko.
Wow, mean.
Cursing Satoko's family for the damn stuff is your own business, but now you've made Satoko unhappy when she didn't have anything to do with it. I, Keiichi Maebara, hereby denounce you, the guardian deity of Hinamizawa, a failure. We don't need you. Go back to the deepest, darkest parts of your shrine this year. Besides, if you just cursed and killed both her aunt and uncle last year, none of this would have ever happened.
I feel like he's being needlessly judgy.
This curse this year, it's not on you. I'll be the one deciding. It won't be the three families controlling the serial deaths behind the scenes. No, not some vague people who I can't tell if they're buffoons or not. This time, I'll be the one to deliver the divine judgment.
I am the god of this world.
So don't get in my way, just watch. Stay quiet and watch. I'll obliterate him. I'll wipe him off the face of the earth. I will stomp out his very existence. Go away, disappear and die. I'll tear your heart apart just like you did to Satoko. I'll have your blood as payment.
Blast! That was amazing. That was my favorite part of this
What
arc.
the
We're not even
fuck
done with the
just
chapter.
happened?
We're not even done with the chapter. That was amazing.
My God.
Keiichi, what? He's become like an anime villain with a fucking monologue. That was great.
I was already looking forward to him killing Tepe.
Same.
Now, I can't wait.
Alright, I'm gonna have to assume this is Rena. Keiichi-kun, are you alright?
Renami and Enrique-chan were looking after me.
I really hope that he
He's
said...
spasming on the floor.
I really hope that he'd said that all out loud.
Yes, he's just like his eyes are rolled back in his head. He's just talking into the air. Like, I'm gonna get him. Ah! I am the god of this world.
And I fall into the floor.
You surprised us. You suddenly fell down. You started expositing. Were you having a nightmare? You were moaning.
Shut it. Quit speaking to me like that.
Wow! What a dick! Oh!
My friends gave a start and backed away.
Meep. What?
Rena and the others, they exchanged glances, unsure of what to say, and stood confused for a few moments.
But they did not understand me. What, was that your voice, Keiichi-kun?
Of course it was.
No.
Rena gulped firmly and opened her mouth.
For a second, Keiichi-kun, your eyes were really scary.
My eyes? Probably just a trick of the light. Don't waste my time.
Concern.
I'm not mistaken. I've never seen those kind of eyes before.
Big concern.
What were these guys talking about? They've all been too scared of me lately.
I am going to play Creepy Keiichi the whole rest of this arc, and I'm going to have
I
much
hope you're
fun
excited.
doing
I'm
it.
excited. I'm ready to call out your bullshit. It's gonna happen. You are Keiichi Maibara-kun, right?
What was Rena saying? Who else do I look like except Keiichi Maibara?
Oh.
The look I gave her seemed to speak quite eloquently to those irritated thoughts. She understood and quickly apologized.
Oh, God. I'm sorry. Don't worry about it.
Is that it?
But secretly, he did worry about it because he thought of everything. Especially all of the things to be creepy and worried about.
That was the best.
That was pretty great. Out of all the stuff that I haven't seen because I've been watching the anime, that was the highlight.
D2-3, number 44.
I don't know what that means, but I'm ready.
Let's go.
All right, achievement unlocked.
Achieve 1500 seconds.
Whoever's making these achievements has a good sense of humor.
All right.
Emergency!
Let's
Emergency! I don't know who's speaking here, so... June 18, 1983, abuse issues against Satoko Hojo urgent! We propose that Satoko Hojo must be taken into immediate custody based on the items below. 1. Family situation. Life with adoptive father, who recently returned to Hinamizawa, has already turned disastrous, and she is currently subject to an unendurable physical and mental abuse from her father. 2. Child consultation center's response. A child probation officer was dispatched yesterday on the 17th from the prefecture welfare office, but because of the 77 case, changed to continued coaching and cautionary action. Unfortunately, the consultation office head does not properly understand the situation. We should send someone who does. Status of concerned child. Child already appears to be suffering from an outbreak of something close to neurosis or manic depression. If her unstable pubescent mind is negatively stimulated by stress, it will put her development of a healthy body and mind at risk. This cannot be allowed to continue from a humane standpoint. 4. Allegations made to the family court. We propose, based on the above items, that Satoko Hojo should immediately be taken into protective custody. She should be secured temporarily under emergency allegations to the family court under Article 28. We request emergency coordination between all related agencies. There you go. Bunch of legal shit, apparently.
Exciting stuff. Yeah. It seems that they're taking it more seriously behind the scenes than we're led to believe by the other dialogue.
That's good. Maybe we'll see some action before
D2-3,
before murder.
Number 44.
Yeah. Maybe there won't be any murder at all. Fukushisho, D2-3, number 44, blank, 1977. Child name, Satoko Hojo. Y/0? Yes or no?
Blank year old.
Oh, you're old, right. Residence, blank, Hinamizawa Village, Shishibone. 1. Consultation circumstances. Telephone SOS from child of child abuse.
Does that confuse you?
From child of child abuse. Yes, that does confuse me.
It's saying that the child in this situation
I guess so.
is the one
I guess
that made
it does.
Call.
It just feels weird to say.
That seems pretty normal to me. That's just
all right,
that's just shorthand.
So. All right. 2. Abuse situation. Child claims she's being physically abused by her adoptive father. 3. Family structure. White marks abusers. Adoptive father, real mother, older brother, child in question. Note, adoptive father and real mother entered family registry in 19 blank. The child is the daughter of the mother's previous husband. 4. Child consultation center's response. On the day of the child's telephone consultation, the center called the child's school and asked of her situation. On that day, the child welfare officer on duty visited the child's house and conducted an interview. The adoptive father sincerely listened to instruction and agreed to take child-raising workshops in the city from now on. As part of the suggested coaching, the center will continue to observe the situation. 5. Other notes. As a result of numerous counseling sessions at the city's education consultation office regarding the child, we learned there was a high possibility the cause of the child's excessive distrust towards her adoptive father was the result of a lack of communication. Themes. The abuse she claimed hadn't actually taken place. She had made a false report to distance herself from the adoptive father. Below is a note written in pencil by the person on duty at the time. The problem appeared to be more with the daughter. Chief Investigator F of the city's education consultation office said that most of her stories of abuse were likely fabrications. They decided to shift the focus of their coaching to the child. Be cautious not to take everything the child says as truth.
Now,
So there you go.
if I recall correctly, we had a similar document about the Tepe-based incidents of abuse earlier on in this chapter, and I don't remember exactly what they said. But
Neither do I. It's been too long.
so we'll definitely cover that in the post-edit, because
sure.
that's what that's for. But that definitely seems like, you know, they took it more seriously the first time, and then it was like, okay, boy who cried wolf situation.
Yep, sure.
So then the following situation, even though that was the, like, quote-unquote real one, basically got ignored, and the documentation on it wasn't as serious.
Yep. And I mean, if we look at like these two documents and how this person in the first one was saying, oh, well, actually, it's a serious case, but the welfare officer who actually went there is like, no, it's nothing.
Yeah.
There clearly is this like back and forth between the different departments, I guess.
Yeah.
On like, what do we do about this situation? Well, this person says it's clearly a case of child abuse. The other person's like, well, no, it's fine. And yeah, very much emblematic, I guess, of the scene that we just saw as well. Satoko tantruming and like throwing things around and locking yourself in the supply closet, and then as soon as the teacher walks in, she's like, oh, I'm fine. What a fun time we're having. I'm sorry. I might have overdone a little bit, you know?
Yeah. I do also wonder, like, you know, obviously this is meant to be like, these are the symptoms and cause of Satoko's, like, behavior because of the child abuse, but with the whole premise of this, like, madness that's affecting people as the story goes on.
Sure.
Does that also play into, you know, Satoko's actions? Like, are they aggravated by that? I know I threw out there that, like, maybe Satoko did something drastic in the past. You know, would this combination of her behavior like this plus a case of the madness drive her to do something absolutely insane?
I don't know.
Much in the same way that, like, Keiichi's obviously in distress, and now the madness has caught up with him, and he's like, I know what to do!
I will murder everybody!
1,500 seconds.
That's all that I need, but I will give him more because I am a gracious god.
Yes.
Great. Yeah, love him. Power Trip and Keiichi is best Keiichi.
I completely agree. Next time.
Next time.